This sea bass with the warm rice and lentil salad is simple enough to prepare any time during the week, yet really impressive to serve at dinner parties too. And the ingredients needed for this recipe with Tilda Wholegrain Basmati rice, some pui lentils, red onion, cherry tomatoes, chives, white wine vinegar, olive oil and some wonderful sea bass. So first things first, I need to start cooking the rice. So let's take the whole grain basmati and pop it into some boiling water. And I want to let this cook for 10 minutes before I add another ingredient. Just give it a stir and let it come up to the boil. Out of all the carbohydrates, basmati rice is low to medium in GI, which is fantastic. And if you're going to use the whole grain rice, you have the added benefit of it being high in fibre. After 10 minutes, the whole grain basmati is partially cooked and I'm going to add the pui lentils into the pan. So give them a stir around and let it come back up to the boil and then leave this to cook, both of them together for a further 15 minutes until tender. Now for time and convenience, you can skip this whole method and buy some of the steamed brown basmati rice by Tilda and have some pre-cooked pui lentils and just mix them together. So while that's finishing off cooking, I'm going to prepare the rest of the warm salad ingredients, and for this I'm just going to take my red onion and finely slice it. And then just scatter this into the base of a baking tray. And then take the cherry tomatoes. I'm going to keep them on the vine just so they hold together while they're cooking and they won't overcook. And then add a drizzle of olive oil. And then they just want to go in the oven for 15 minutes until the onion is cooked through and the tomatoes are tender. Tomatoes and onions are ready, and for the rice and lentils, now they're cooked, I've drained them and I'm going to just tip them straight into this bowl. So I've got some chives, take a handful of fresh chives and finely slice them. Pop these straight into the rice and lentils, and I shall remove the tomatoes from this bigger vine, pop them straight in, taking them off the actual vine itself. And I'm going to keep the smaller vine just for garnish on the plate. Let's take the red onions that are golden and tasty straight into that bowl as well. And for a dressing, I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil and some white wine vinegar for a tang and a bite to the dressing. A little salt and pepper. And then just using a whisk, I'll mix these together to emulsify slightly. And then I'll pour this over the top of the salad and mix everything all together. So over it goes. And then just lightly mix together, trying not to break down the tomatoes too much. I'm now going to leave this while I cook the sea bass for all the flavours to infuse, and to keep it warm, I'll just cover it with some foil. Now for the sea bass, I've got some lovely fresh sea bass fillets here. Now you could use tuna, which is a lovely meaty alternative, or as a vegetarian alternative, some nice portobello mushrooms would be great. I'll pop some oil onto the top of that tin foil just to stop the sea bass from sticking. And then place these on top, and they want to go under your grill for around 7 to 8 minutes until cooked through and just starting to become golden on top. Pop them in the grill. So the sea bass is cooked. Let's take one of those pieces off that tray. I'm going to slice it in half to serve, like so. And then we have our warm rice and lentil salad as well, so let's put a lovely spoonful of that on the plate, being nice and generous with all these gorgeous flavours in there. So the dressing has infused nicely into the salad itself, and then on with the fish. And I'm sure you'll agree, this looks delicious, it's indulgent, and it's very, very simple to prepare. The sea bass with a warm rice and lentil salad.